Go to atabase.info to find more knowledge on your lost history. Like this page I found called Freedom Fighters of the Positive Section Number 1. Please realize this: there is much lost history in man's experience on Earth. The single most important element in the lost history is the perfect fact that mankind can have a positive, functional government to live under. We have had this before, and we're going to have this again, but we haven't had a positive, functional government on Earth for so long that we've forgotten all about it. It shouldn't be this way, but it is. It's time to face facts. There is a general assumption that Homo sapiens has progressed through the recent ages. This is not a perfect fact. What modern man has assumed to be ages of progress are actually nothing more than stages of the Stone Age. That's right, the Stone Age. It's time to face facts. In real life, there are only two ages for us on Time Station Earth. 1, the Stone Age, and 2, the Time Age. Do you know what is the major factor determining which age we exist in at any given era? It is energy. Yes, energy. You bet it is. Any level of civilization at any time in our history is the direct result of 1, from which sources energy is gathered. 2, whether or not the energy is gathered via friction devices or via transceiver series power units. 3, how the energy is controlled and distributed by the powers that be. Did you know that energy can be gathered without degrading material or using friction devices? Do you realize what this means? Unlimited energy exists in non-depletable form right in the atmosphere. It's right there just for the taking, if you know how to tap it. It's the ultimate energy and the ultimate weapon. The time flow is taking us into the Time Age. Are you ready for it? The period of time for Novus Ordo Seclorum, Latin for New Order of the Ages, has passed. It is no longer viable. It cannot be revived. Let it go. It's time to face perfect facts. You cannot reverse time and rejuvenate the old, worn-out, corrupt system. Why bother? There's a much better system waiting for us just beyond the transition. What is it, you ask? Just this: a positive functional government administering the positive birthright under universal law. Universal law is our Creator's law. It supersedes man's law. From universal law comes our inalienable rights, the rights which Big Brother would deprive us of if left to his evil ways. Under the positive birthright, which makes use of the full 5 dimensions allotted for our existence, energy is gathered without moving parts or degrading material. The energy is unlimited and non-polluting. Because the positive functional government is not allowed to control the gathering, distribution, and/or use of energy, there are plenty of full pies for each. Everyone gets a whole pie. The family unit system, the basis of a positive civilization, will be revived on this continent. The family farm will again thrive as a practical pearl of heaven on earth. This peaceful, simple, and natural life will not be a business to pollute and deplete the soil, but rather a self-sufficient unit of life and security for his people. When left to play by himself, man generally chooses the negative way of life, rejects universal law, and degrades to merely acting on human nature alone. He gathers energy from the dumps of the past, degrading materials with friction devices. He pollutes the earth. He enslaves his fellow man through debt claims. He lives negatively off his creation of bondslaves. He is sick and he destroys. The present negative system is anti-creator. It is illegal under universal law. It can no longer prosper. Your positive survival into the time age is not possible within or through the present system. You must separate yourself from it. By separating, you prepare for a greater destiny. Do you know how to separate yourself to the proper degree? Knowledge is the key. Total, perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge changes the rules and beliefs we operate under. It changes the technology we have access to. It expands our dimensions of existence. Perfect knowledge grants us access to 1 1/2 dimensions above and beyond what we now know of and use now. Our Creator gave us 5 full dimensions in which to be alive and live. We violated His law, basically the 10 Commandments and food laws, and degenerated. He then turned us over to the reprobate mind, as He promised if we violated. Today we exist in a world of the negative waving wild, where right is wrong, black is white, and no clear path out of the wretched mess can be found. Right? Wrong, if you know where to look. To gain the knowledge of the positive path, visit the website atabase.info.